And I'm Michelle Marsh. NTSB officials laid out the timeline of the final moments leading up to the crash between a passenger jet and a military helicopter and what they've learned from voice and data recorders.
7 News reporter Rebecca Turco joins us now live in Southwest D.C. with that breakdown. And Rebecca, the Black Hawk may not have heard a critical message from air traffic control.
Exactly. The chair of the NTSB says the transmission was interrupted at one point, which means the Black Hawk crew may not have heard that message. Here's what she had to say.
The instructions from ATC were to pass behind the CRJ. That transmission was interrupted. It was stepped on. We do not have evidence on the CVR of the Black Hawk that they may have not received pass behind because the mic key. They were communicating with air traffic control at the time. It was communicated by ATC. It was not heard on the Black Hawk CVR.
The CVR is the cockpit voice recorder. Mic key is what a crew member on the helicopter was pressing to talk back to the controller. Now, it's not clear if they couldn't hear the instruction while this key was activated. Officials say air traffic control made those instructions 17 seconds before impact. Ahead of the collision, officials say the American Airlines jet got a traffic advisory alert, and they're analyzing whether an advisory was triggered by the Black Hawk, too.
The CRJ crew can hear air traffic control and communications from air traffic control. The Black Hawk crew can also hear communications from air traffic control, but they can't hear communications from each other back to air traffic control. So it's half the communication.
Officials are also looking into the possibility that there may have been bad altitude data for the Black Hawk.
The pilot flying indicated they were at 300 feet. The instructor pilot indicated they were at 400 feet. Neither pilot made a comment discussing an altitude discrepancy.
Now, that comes into play because of the strict helicopter height limits near the airport. Today, the NTSB said there were discrepancies between the altitude displays in the aircraft and on the ground. So they're looking into why that is, but warn the devices on the Black Hawk were severely damaged in the collision. Certainly, we learned a lot at today's press conference. We still have a lot more questions, though. The investigation's still very much in its early stages, but officials have wrapped up their on-scene portion of the investigation, and we're told that the wreckage will be moved from the secure hangar at the airport to another secure location in the meantime. Reporting live in Southwest D.C., Rebecca Turco, 7 News.